Hello crafties, welcome to another video. My name is Infiniti and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to crochet the Tunisian braid stitch. Now the Tunisian braid stitch has more than one version, but this is the version that I like and the one that I'll be going over today. For today's tutorial, this swatch featured here is a sample. I really like this stitch. It's a very thick and hardy stitch, so you know, sweaters, scarves, hats, the whole nine, winter wear for the win. I would use this for any of those crafts. It makes this very pretty ornate pattern, and I promise it's not that hard to do. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into the tutorial. Alright, for today's tutorial, what you're going to want to do is chain in multiples of 4 and then add an additional 1. Then you're going to want to go about casting on and doing your first return pass, and that will be our row 1. Once you do that, what we're going to do is start the pattern. So in order to start this pattern, this row, which we won't be doing again, we are going to start off with doing a Tunisian full stitch. Now if you don't know how to do that stitch, I do have a more in-depth tutorial back on my channel, but essentially when you pull the stitches apart, you have spaces between them. And what you're going to do, instead of working in the vertical bars, you're going to work between them, and you're just going to go in there, yarn over, and pull up a loop, just like that. Alright, now what we're going to do is come over to this next vertical bar, and we're going to do a Tunisian simple stitch as normal. Yarn over and pull up a loop. And you're going to want to be very loose with your tension here. I don't know if you guys noticed in that swatch, when I was initially working this swatch, I had some really tight tension. I was working with a 5mm hook, and I had some diagonal like biasing going on, so you don't want that. Okay, so now that we have done that Tunisian simple stitch, what we're going to do is we are going to work between this stitch we just worked in and the next vertical bars, making a full stitch between there. Making sure you pull that up to height. And we're going to repeat this all the way across the row. Tunisian simple stitch and then Tunisian full stitch all the way across. Alright, after you make that last full stitch of your row, what you're going to do is just go into your end stitch as normal, and you're going to yarn over, pull up that loop, and it's going to give you that nice straight edge. And this is what your first row looks like. We added on a bunch of stitches. So now we are going to do our return pass, but this return pass is a wee bit different from what we normally do. So we are going to chain our 1 as normal, and then we're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2. I'm going to yarn over, pull through 4. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 4. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 4, all the way to the end of your row. Alright, so this is what it looks like once you get done with that returning pass. You have this little odd kind of cluster pattern going on, but now we get to move into the next row, which will be our 1 row repeat for the rest of our pattern. So now what we're going to do, like I said in my Tunisian full stitch tutorial, sometimes you gotta kind of lightly tug on that, make sure you got some height on it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go between this first vertical set of vertical bars and this cluster, and I'm going to make a Tunisian full stitch. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to identify this little cluster of 3 vertical bars right here, and I'm going to put my hook under all 3 of those, yarn over, pull up a loop. Alright, then I have a space between this cluster and this Tunisian simple stitch right here, so I'm going to work a full stitch right there. Then I'm going to work a Tunisian simple stitch into that Tunisian simple stitch. It's kind of standing alone right there. And then I have another space, so I'm going to work a Tunisian full stitch right there as well. Alright, and then I've come across another cluster, so I'm going to insert my hook under those 3 bars, yarn over, pull up a loop, and I'm going to do this all the way across my row. So full stitch, simple stitch, full stitch, then there's another cluster. Okay, I'm at the end of my second row. Now I can do my return pass. So I'm going to do that, and I'll meet you guys back when I get done. Alright guys, so I worked up a couple extra rows actually here, just so you can get a better glimpse at how this starts to work up as you continue to do that 1 row repeat and then that return pass method. You end up getting these little arrow-like stitches that go up your pattern vertically, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. You know what, now that I'm thinking about it, I would probably pair this with Tunisian cabling. Oh my goodness, talk about a gorgeous project. Anywho, I hope today's tutorial was helpful for you guys. If so, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. Let me know how I did. It helps YouTube to recommend my videos more. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on awesome weekly content like this. I post Tunisian crochet tutorials every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. CST. So you're going to want to be around for that. Don't forget to go follow me on my other social media. I am on pretty much everything except for Snapchat. I'm also on Etsy with a pattern/crochet shop, and I am on Teespring with a merch shop. And if you don't know, back mid-July I started a new Instagram just for Infiniti Crafting Co. So if you search that up on Instagram or click the link in the description, it'll take you to my new page. I am excited about the growth that has been happening over there so far, and that is basically where I post all of my works in progress, my finished objects, announcements for videos on my YouTube channel. I do IGTVs. Right now I am in the middle of doing Vlogust, I do believe, so hey, go check that out. Don't forget to follow, and until next time guys, happy making.